Okay, in the beginning it was more or less harassment from children and families. They were constantly going and seeing the kids and asking them questions, and I would call it interrogating more. And until the kids would finally say something and whatnot, and then they would start coming to the house and asking questions and things like that, and nothing was ever going on. And
what kinds of questions?
Mainly like what was happening with how did one child get a scratch or a bruise or things like that, and you explain, kids go out, we live out in the bush, so kids go outside and play, and they end up getting scratches from climbing the trees or whatever, and there's a trampoline out back, and they sometimes fall off of that, so they get a bruise. And that's just normal play for kids to be getting bruises and scratches. So one day there was a time when they went to the school, the children family went to the school, and they grabbed 3 of the children from school without proper procedure. And nobody in the family knew what was happening, went to school to pick up the kids and found out that they weren't there. Okay, in September 2 years ago, the children and families had gone to the school and apprehended 3 of the children and taken them to their office and put them in a foster home, and nobody in the family knew what was happening. This was all done without proper procedure, and it was later on that we found out that that's what was they had taken them. And when we asked them why, they had said that apparently one of the children had a bruise on their stomach. And we asked them, well, have you seen this bruise? And the worker said no. And so one of the teachers, a male teacher, as it turned out, had checked underneath the 7-year-old girl's shirt and kind of wondered why is the male teacher looking under her shirt in the first place, and apparently seen a bruise there, but there was none. And then the worker said, well, there's a scratch on one of the ankles and a little nicks someplace else on the child's body. And I thought, well, they were, we live out in the bush, so it's, it's common to be scratched and whatnot. And anyways, we got the children back immediately after that. The supervisor was kind of shocked to hear what was happening, so got the children back. And about 2 months later, we were informed that one of the children that was not apprehended had to go see the doctor. And everyday work and things go on, and we kind of forgot to take him to the doctors. And next thing we know, that one of the workers is at the door and demanding to see all the kids, and they ended up taking them to taking the kids, and there was a big ruckus going on. The family didn't want that to happen, and one of the children was dragged out of the room, or out of the house by her ankles, screaming and clawing at her mother to try to keep hold of her mother. Another one was so badly shooken up that he lost all function of his muscles and just went totally limp. So the trauma that these kids were put through was unbelievable. And the oldest one wasn't even at the same house at the time. He was at grandparents' place, and they had come out to the grandparents' place to grab him out, and he was just so white-faced and shocked and scared and whatnot. And from then on, it's been a big fight to visit the kids and to talk to the kids. And this has been, 2 years now that we've been fighting in the courts to get the kids back.
Did they happen to say in the second time when they took the kids what the reason was?
They said it was for uncooperative. We were being uncooperative. I had gone to the office when this woman had come to the house the first time and asked her what she had come to the house for. And she refused to talk to me. And she said it very rudely in the office that she refused to talk to me.
What was her name?
That was, oh God. Maureen Shiner. And this was right in the very front of the office. And she was very rude, refused to talk to me, although I had the custody of the children at the time. And she said that she would only talk to my daughter only. And she said that my daughter had to talk to her before 4:30 that day. And I said, well, my daughter was out of town, and there was no way I could get a hold of her. She did not have a cell phone, and I wasn't sure when she was going to be back. And of course, she didn't get back until about 8 o'clock that night. So, of course, by then it was already too late.
Because she works out of town.
Yes. And it didn't seem to matter to this woman that she wasn't home or anything like that. That was it. And so if anybody was being uncooperative, I would say it was them, because she refused to talk to me about anything.
And so your kids have been in custody for 2 years now?
Yes.
Because of that?
Yes.
Okay.